Take them. Take them as they doze off from another heavy meal upon their couches. Remove them when their attention wanders as they sip and talk and drive. Wipe them away as they celebrate outsourcing and downsizing bonuses. Kill them just before they fondle yet another frightened child. Take them as they cast their wrappers, butts, and cans upon the ground. Grant them eternal rest as they approve yet more funds for their tools of war. Stop their hands as they sign the papers that doom another marshy habitat. Stop their hearts as they stuff themselves after another phony business triumph. Take them as they order the latest trendy seafood being harvested to extinction. Lay them down as they pray for guidance on business and political decisions. Strike them as they casually fill their inefficient vehicles with more precious fuel. Rein them all the way when they grow childishly drunk and roar and fight. Take them as they leave the church's gorge and belching a thick righteousness. Close their eyes as a batch of meth explodes in their haggard, toothless faces. Quiet their voices as they preach holy violence against other religious zealots. Still the breast they would use to whine over regulation's awful costs in jobs and money. Take them on their cell phones, their iPods, their Xboxes, and their PDAs. Relieve them as they lay frightened and alone in the sterile pediatric units. Lift their burdens quickly when they reach that terminal stage. Silence them as they spew forth hatreds, teach intolerance, and spread fear. Take them as they dream of impossible better lives in the filthy hovels of unplanned cities. Hustle them away when they brazenly kill and then cowardly plead innocent. Grant them peace when their very teeth, bones, and eyes are simply worn out. Relieve those filled with anxiety, stress, and aggression of their selfish cares. Take them in their golf carts, ATVs, dirt bikes, jet skis, RVs, and snowmobiles. Help them to help themselves to escape the pending charges they cannot face. Cast them aside as casually as they have cast off others for so many years. Deliver the women's suffering lives of institutionalized tyranny and abuse. Remove the willfully obese with diabetes, stroke, coronaries, and emphysema. Strike down the so-called leaders who say they simply give us what we want. Lead away in quiet peace those who have lost the partner of their lifetime. Grant mercy to a soldier who remains conscious in the wreckage. Take that faithful old dog by surprise when he can no longer gain his feet. Halt her vapid and indolent consumption with a marketer's dream of heaven. Reap them as soon as they stop to enjoy the benefits of a lifetime spent working. Find them alone in lonely beds in the middle of another long and empty night. Take them away when their overextended mortgages exceed the value of their homes. Surprise them with the bright flash of their own improvised explosives. Fill them with the grace of innocence if they are born unable to survive. Bring them compassion too late and let them waste away on their shame. Take the doctors on their yachts and the lawyers in fine restaurants. Let the duped but faithful at least pass on with smiles upon their faces. Show the true emptiness to those who head corporate religious franchises. Help the honest seeker see a beckoning light towards the end of his path. Take them suddenly at their offices, still buried in pointless minutiae. Overcome all their objections and dole out their final sales commissions. Free them as they lock the poor more tightly into multi-generational despair. Steady their greedy hands that they succeed in their blind self-destruction. Take the brokers at their watering holes and the politicians at their troughs. Carry off the bipolar in an unaccustomed state of mild equanimity. Stop the workaholic in the middle of many unfinished and meaningless tasks. Grant the domestic animals a peaceful oblivion as they are led to the slaughter. Take them filled with craving for the latest fad gadget they wish to finance. Lead them gently off when they mutter insensibly and cannot recognize their spouse. Guide our hands to relieve those languishing in persistent vegetative states. Collaterally damage the generals in presumed safety with a friendly crossfire. Take the burglars outside our doors and let the sun shine upon their dead faces. Let the spinster hear the con man gurgle himself a last rite over her phone. Stop their hands just as they are grasping another hefty bailout bonus. Take away many entire species. Take away many entire species and provide us with comforting rationalizations.